Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a reaction. So, I have a question for you. What is the worst WWE storyline of all time? We're about to find out with the definitive list, the greatest list of all time, the most accurate list of all time. Watch Mojo. I haven't reacted to a Watch Mojo in a while. I thought this would be a fun video to do. Watch Mojo, their lists are a bit inconsistent. Sometimes they're really accurate and sometimes they're really bad. So I'm really curious where this is going to land. Looking at the limousine, this is the limousine exploding from the Vince McMahon storyline where he died and then came back like a week later. So that was a bad storyline. So I haven't seen this list. I don't know what number 1 is. I don't know what the rest of the top 10 is. So this is 10 featured matches. We're going to react to all of it. I'm going to make a prediction before watching it. I think Katie Vick will be high up, maybe number 1. If you don't know what Katie Vick is, I'll explain it later if it comes up. I'm assuming it's got to come up because it's awful. Piggy James storyline. Vince McMahon's illegitimate son. The anonymous GM. There's some really bad stuff in WWE. With Triple H doing really good stuff in WWE at the moment, I'm kind of nostalgic for some shit wrestling. So, yeah, let's watch some shit wrestling. This is the top 10 WWE worst wrestling, the top 10 worst WWE storylines of all time, according to Watch Mojo. So, let's go. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, play. Get the exploding limo. Boom!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst WWE storylines.
Oh, the dog food! I forgot about the dog food.
Seth Rollins, there is no shower.
The injection in his ass.
Can wash away your sins.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
We'll be looking at the strangest, horrible, and most controversial stories and feuds that World Wrestling Entertainment has ever produced on their shows, websites, and pay-per-views.
Oh my god, some of these, yeah.
Number 10, Who Stole
the Egg?
WWE has a long history of promoting
the egg! I forgot about the bloody egg Survivor Series. So if you don't know this, they did a Red Notice, which was a film with The Rock in it, I believe. Yeah, The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot, aka Wonder Woman, and they were like heists, and it was all about his golden egg. And Vince McMahon had the golden egg, and they were promoting it all the way through Survivor Series. I forgot about this. My god, this is so bad. Let's go.
Films on its programming. So when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was in Red Notice, representatives got in touch with the wrestling giants. Instead of The Rock coming out to the ring and doing some promos, we had Cleopatra's $100 million worth egg in Vince McMahon's possession.
Golden egg, golden egg, golden egg, golden egg.
Soon after debuting on Survivor Series in 2021, it went missing.
It's so
bad! A bizarre scramble by superstars searching for the prize and looking ridiculous.
I forgot about this. Yeah, this is awful. That's an American football hard truth.
The fan unfavorite Austin Theory had taken it to have a selfie. Instead of being punished, he got a shot at the WWE Championship against Big E, which Theory lost. Shame.
Big E remembers big ending.
Wow. What an awful storyline. I forgot about the golden egg.
Number 9, Piggy James.
Only number 9! Wow, number 9. I thought this would be higher. I thought this would be number 2 or number 1. Piggy James, awful match. Well, they'll explain it now, but essentially they just bullied Mickey James, calling her fat, essentially. I'm fat. Mickey James is not fat by any means. I'm sorry. That is ridiculous, and that storyline is fucking absurd and horrible. Let's jump into it.
9. This segment aged as bad as already expired milk left on the kitchen counter in the sunlight during a heat wave.
Bullying.
This storyline, which Mickey James believes was done to humble her, began as she feuded with Michelle McCool and Layla L.
How the hell can you say she's fat?
According
Look at
to
her.
James, even Laycool hated doing this.
Hey, Piggy! Piggy!
This uncomfortable story had the heel duo constantly comparing James to a pig for some reason, either through cringy Photoshop, cosplay, or smearing pig cake on her. Sure, James won the women's title from McCall, but she dropped it to her soon after, before the feud initially finished with James in a weaker position after a brief break due to injury.
So bad.
Shortly after this, she was released by WWE.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want anything to do with WWE after this. Ugh.
Number 8,
So
Tim White's Lunchtime.
I actually don't
When
know
wrestling
this one.
fans think
I actually don't know this one. Tim White's Lunchtime. Do you know this one? Let me know in the comments below if you know what this one is, because I don't actually know what this one is. So let's find out together.
of the most shocking moments in WWE, Mankind being launched off the cell by The Undertaker is one.
Yes.
And the referee in that match was Tim White. Sadly, due to a recurring shoulder injury, he had to hang up his striped shirt.
Okay.
But the E still found something for him to do in 2005, and everyone probably wishes they hadn't. They began airing segments of a depressed White where he tried to end it all. Yeah, it was uncomfortable.
What? How do I not remember this? Ugh.
Played for comedy, White's attempts would constantly fail. WWE even began uploading these uncomfortable skits on their website.
Mr. White, that says mad cow disease. Mr. White, you should be touching that, let alone treat. Mr. White, that's not wise.
Thankfully, the segment eventually came to an end, with Josh Matthews being blasted. But the tone-deaf series should never have happened in the first place.
All right, you take it, Mr. White, whatever.
What the hell?
Number 7, Corbin's Big
Dog food. I remember that. Ugh, so bad. This was before Roman Reigns came back and became the Tribal Chief. This was his last feud. This is the last time he was pinned before Jay pinned him at Money in the Bank, and the first time he lost a singles match since Cody Rhodes. This was it. The feud with Baron Corbin and dog food. Oh, and yes, because he was known as the Big Dog, he had to have dog food. Jesus, fucking Vince was so bad at writing. Oh my god.
For a really long, unnecessary time, WWE really wanted to get Roman Reigns over.
Yep.
So much so that it was doing the opposite. In 2019, they put him in a feud against irritating heel Baron Corbin that felt like it took decades to finish. He decided to mock Reigns' nickname of the Big Dog by covering him in dog food.
Ha, that's so witty and clever. What?
Well, he got his own back when he and the Usos covered Corbin in the same meaty gravy as part of a match stipulation.
Oh my god, what the humiliation of the... Oh my god!
It was gross and childish, but this wouldn't have been so bad if the matches and promos were interesting. But no, they really weren't. Thankfully, the feud was put out of its misery by 2020.
That'll be the front page at WWE.com tomorrow morning.
Number 6, Kane versus
Oh,
Imposter
Kane versus Kane. If you don't know who Imposter Kane is, I'll let you know. You got a couple of seconds to figure. Do you know? Let me know. Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows is Imposter Kane. Yeah. Just a nice little factoid there. Let's find out more.
After The Undertaker had to endure an imposter in 1994, 2006 was the year his storyline brother Kane got to experience the same turmoil. As Kane was taking on Shelton Benjamin for the Intercontinental Championship, the familiar red lighting filled the arena alongside a classic track. Imposter Kane has arrived.
Luke Gallows.
And he looked nothing like the 90s version, yet wrestlers and commentators acted like he was. The frizzly wigged version quickly chokeslammed the big red machine before heading out. The duo even fought a match at Vengeance,
I don't think
which
it was that
Imposter
bad.
Kane won.
Compared to some of the other stuff they talked about,
the
this
feud
was
ended
at
when
least
Kane
slightly
took his
interesting.
mask back. It was short, but not at all sweet. Fun fact, Imposter Kane was played by Luke Gallows.
Yep. I just said that. I don't think it was that bad.
Retribution.
Oh, Retribution. Ah, no. Yeah, I don't think Potatochief was that bad, honestly. I don't think it should be in the top 10. It was okay. This, however, was bloody awful. So this is 2020. No fans. They had no real plans for the show, so they had people invading the show, and then they made Retribution the worst faction in WWE history, or one of the worst factions in WWE history.
On paper, an invasion story in wrestling sounds like it would be great. In 2020, a hooded group known as Retribution laid siege to WWE, destroying everything in their path.
So bad.
At least that was what the company wanted. Instead, they were, at most, a slight inconvenience.
Yeah.
Made up of a bunch of NXT stars who were all given ridiculous names and attire, the group was immediately slated by fans and critics.
So bad.
We are here to destroy the WWE.
Reportedly, even other wrestlers felt bad for their co-workers.
Yep.
WWE tried to add
Slapjack.
the established Mustafa Ali as the leader to provide legitimacy, but it didn't work. Just 7 months later, Retribution disbanded to little fanfare.
Real Lucha Ospreay smartly got out of the ring.
Number 4, Big Boss Man's
Oh no! Yeah, I hate this storyline. Big Boss Man's disturbing menu. If you don't know the storyline, well, they'll tell you about it. It's bad. Let's just, Let's just say, we were talking about dog food earlier. Similar, sort of.
menu. Big Boss Man and Al Snow were fantastic and entertaining wrestlers, but when the two faced off against each other in a feud for the Hardcore Championship in 1999, the Attitude Era got way too edgy and destroyed it. After seemingly harming Snow's beloved pooch, Pepper, Boss Man stole the pup. Later, he invited his rival to a meal at a hotel. Turns out the dish he served Snow consisted of his dog. Massive yikes.
How's it taste? Oh, it's not bad.
This caused the infamous Kennel from Hell
match. Oh my god, the Kennel from Hell. Hell in a cell with a cage in the middle, and then they had dogs around the outside, and then the dogs don't work with kids or animals, is what they've always said, and it's true. The dogs didn't do fuck all. They meant to be really intimidating and just humping each other and pooping. That's all that happened.
Between the two, it was essentially made to be a terrifying Hell in a Cell match featuring attack dogs. Only in reality, the pups were really docile and not threatening. It was pretty rough. Number 3, Mae Young Boots.
Oh my god, I forgot about this as well. The hand. Oh no. Oh no. And they have callbacks to this. They've had the people dressed up as the hand as well. Oh. I'm gonna be sick. Alright, let's go. This one is so bad.
And on top of being billed as the world's strongest man, Mark Henry is regularly reminded of his stint as Sexual Chocolates. During his shenanigans in the gimmick in 2000, Henry ended up wooing the legendary Mae Young, who was in her late 70s, and they were expecting a baby.
Baby, God, you look so good today. I mean, Valentine's Day.
Then, Young received a splash by Viscera and a powerbomb from the Dudley Boys, which isn't a great mix for a pregnant woman. She later went into labor as she enjoyed a cigar and birthed a gooey hand. It was bonkers, yet not the end of the tale. Their son, who grew into a man quickly, had a cameo with Young in 2012 on Raw. Weird.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mae Young's son.
Number 2, Katie Vick.
Oh!
Over the years...
Ooh! Number 2! I was sure that was going to be number 1. What's number 1? Ooh, okay, I'm intrigued. Katie Vick. Yeah, Katie Vick is the worst storyline. Me personally, this would be my number 1. Worst storyline in WWE history. Yeah, necrophilia. It's just bad. It's just bad. They'll explain it now.
Kane has had to deal with some of the absolute dregs coming from WWE's writing room, but none topped this in 2002. with a unification match set between Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship and Kane's Intercontinental title, the game mentioned Katie Vick in every promo to get under the Big Red Machine's skin.
Why am I doing this? Because I want to show the world what kind of a man Kane is.
It turned out she perished in a car accident when Kane was driving, but to make it a lot worse, Triple H claimed Kane assaulted her afterward.
Let me touch you.
Biggest yikes possible. The game then played a skit involving him cosplaying as Kane and fondling a mannequin that was meant to be Vic. It was a really uncomfortable viewing and made everyone lose all interest in this historic match.
What a sick freak.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Gobbledygooker. Honestly, we don't know what we were expecting to come out of
the Gobbledygooker. Giant egg, Thanksgiving, Survivor Series. The same night as The Undertaker debuted. Relative of Eddie Guerrero, I believe. One of the Guerrero family. And, not great. But I would put Katie Vick higher than this. This is awful. This is bad, but it made... In the 80s, 90s, wrestling was goofy like this. And it kind of made sense at the time. For kids and stuff, so I'm not too mad at this.
Giant egg that was hyped for months, but anything would have been better than this. At the 1990 Survivor Series, it hatched, and the crowd was livid with its contents as the Gobbledygooker sprang from it.
It's iconic,
the great Mean Gene Okerlund did his best to promote this segment, but dancing around with Hector Guerrero in the giant turkey costume was too much. According to speculation, the Gooker was meant to be a mascot for the company, but after that crowd reaction, it fell into infamy. Instead, it's made sporadic cameos over the years and cruelly forced us to relive the initial disappointment over and over again.
Gobble, gobble, baby! He's got the title!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure
I did not enjoy that video, no. Good job, Watch Mojo. It's actually a decent list. Some of the stuff I didn't know about the referee one. The way he was basically trying to end his own life. That was, I don't want to say it in too much detail because I get demonetized. But, Katie Vick would be my number 1. But the Gobbledygooker's an interesting one. I thought that was an interesting list. The Golden Egg was funny. A lot of that was 2020 wrestling as well. A lot of 2020, 2019 stuff, which is hilarious. This is peak Vince McMahon losing his bloody marbles when it comes to writing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, too sweet. Laters, guys.
PotatoProWrestling, hit the bell, join the thrash. Smash that subscribe, feel the growl. Potato Pro Rock.